Okay? Now that is a pretty good passage, but are you fixed to stay on the same passage or another? Okay, before you do that, I want you to go down further in the passage, because some folks say, well, the people he's talking to, he's saying you're going to lose it. But what he's saying, this is more of a hypothetical situation, because in verse 9, he says, after talking about apostasy, he says, but beloved, we are convinced of better things concerning you, and things that accompany salvation, though that we are speaking in this way. So it's saying that we understand you guys are not going to be doing this. Mr. MacArthur, or Dr. MacArthur. Where it says about the tasting as opposed to eating. When I was barbecue judging for 14 years, we had a very small amount of Boston butt usually, rarely these days the whole hog. Oh, I'm getting hungry. But anyway, we would have up to 8 on our tray, and we would taste just a little bit. We didn't get to eat the whole thing. It's like a wine tester. You taste wine too. You're not partaking on the full meal at that point with it. Now, I'm going to skip number 5 because y'all surprised me and threw it out there. So let's go to 6. Oh, this is good discussion. I like this. How does the indwelling of the Holy Spirit help us maintain eternal security or eternal assurance? Okay? God is with you. All right?
Yeah, where the Spirit is, God the Father, God the Son is as well.
Right. The seal, kings used to put a seal stamped in wax, or they sealed the tomb, not just possibly the rock that was there, but maybe even something else around it. There's some speculation about that. But the seal is unbroken, and we've been sealed with him. And, hey, all the power of the universe is going to keep me saved. And, hey, I got no problem with that at all. That's great news right there, because by myself, I'm weak. The devil's stronger. Okay. All right. All right, Great Commission. Matthew 28, rather. I want to say. Do you see anything in this passage that supports the perseverance of the saints? That's the part I was looking for right there. I'm with you. And what more do you want? Yep. What I'm trying to get you to do is see the tie-ins in these passages like this, because I think some of the people that try to use the Hebrews passage and something like that aren't looking to see the greater picture of Scripture, and that's what I'm trying to get you to do with this right here. But we come to something else in number 8. In the study guide on page 1, the term unforgiven sin was used. I want you to look at Matthew 12, 31 and 32, because that's what we're dealing with right there. And this has been controversial down through the ages as to what exactly are we talking about. But in 12:31, therefore I say to you, any sin and blasphemy shall be forgiven people, but blasphemy against the Holy Spirit shall not be forgiven. Whoever speaks a word against the Son of Man, it shall be forgiven him. But whoever speaks against the Holy Spirit, it shall not be forgiven him, either in this age or in the age to come. Now, what is the unpardonable sin? How do you do that? How do you do that? Okay. Okay. A continued unbelief. Bill? Oh, okay. Hold on, there was something I was looking for in my head, and it just takes a while nowadays for it to get there. I was looking for something in James, but I don't see what I was looking for off the top of my head because it just came to me. All right, we'll let it go. To the devil.
That's what generated the comment, or a better put, declaration. In verses 31 and 32.
could not be an actor who cursed God. That it can't come out of me. It just, and I don't think a Christian can do that, you know.
First John chapter 2 discusses that in moderate detail. Test the spirits. If they, and test the source of who you're listening to. If they do not say that Jesus Christ is the Son of the living God, then do not listen to them.
That's right.
They are of an evil spirit.
I think we're all based there, and I'm positive that nobody here has ever done that, you know, that kind of thing. Now, the reason I put number 9 in here, how could anyone have the peace of God if at any time salvation could be lost? I'm just trying to point out to those who do not believe that you can have eternal assurance or eternal security, that what about those other kind of statements on just other issues like the peace that passes all understanding? I can't have that if I think I might lose my salvation. You've heard me use the example of going down the road rage and cussing out the guy that passes you by, and next thing you know, you hit the 18-wheeler in front of you and you're dead. Did I just lose my salvation? There's no peace in that. And there's the two camps, as I said at the very beginning of this, those that believe it's just the blasphemy and therefore you lose your faith, or as you're giving a description, just anything that you stepped across the line and disobeyed God. What about all those passages that just say, cast all your cares to him, and all the things about anxiety that we see, Philippians and elsewhere, and man, I'm going to have anxiety if I don't know. Because if I have a very vivid imagination, I might say that's a blessing and a curse. And so, you know, I got vivid ideas of what hell looks like. None of them are good. None of them are good. So I got to think about, am I going to heaven, pearly gates, streets of gold, or I'm going to go in the fires and gnashing teeth and maggots? Man, that's anxiety. Damn. Yep, tipping the scales, good works, bad works. Now, don't get too much into that, Dan, because that's next week's discussion. Next week's discussion is Jesus the only way to be saved? And so don't get ahead of us. We got enough stuff to talk about here tonight, okay? And by the way, before you leave, I do, by the grace of Ira doing her things that she does, we have the questions here, and so we're ready for next week with that one. Okay, we're still number 9? Okay, go ahead.
Since we're sealed by the Holy Spirit, so we have the presence of the Holy Spirit in us, and the fruit of the Holy Spirit is love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, goodness, gentleness, and self-control. To have the peace of God, you've got to have the Holy Spirit of God, so you can have all the fruit of God to have the peace of God.
So he hasn't left you. So he would not have left you. He would still be there to give you those things.
Who is also in our temple, heavenly temple, because he destroyed the earth.
That's right. What was your aha moment? You can trust me with all of it. You got the peace a little bit there. Sometimes it takes somebody talking to you to turn the light bulb on. Yeah, I would say it's good. Very good. Now, before the rest of you answer number 10, I'm going to say something first on this one. If God gives you the gift of salvation and it's truly a gift, why would he recall it? When I was a kid, no. I had gone off to seminary, and my grandmother, unbeknownst to us, had 2 pistols in her house. And she gave me one. It was a very cheap Italian Derringer with 4 barrels and a revolving firing pin. Very strange little thing. I mean, I'm glad I never had to use it, because I don't know if I could hit anything with it, but no, I'm better than that. Yes, I could hit something, but I was afraid to fall apart in my hand. So I came home and I showed it to my dad. And, okay, he didn't say much about it, so I go off to seminary, and it was rough financially for us in seminary, and I needed to buy a couple of commentaries, and I sold the gun for $25, $29, something in the upper 20s, and I mean, it wasn't an heirloom or anything like that with the family, so I did, and I told my dad about it, and he had a fit. Your grandmother may take it back. What you going to do when she asks for it back? And I remember very clearly saying, it was a gift. She's not going to take it back. And I don't know what happened in his childhood, but I'm getting to, I still wonder about that, but I'm not going to take a gift back. I don't know if it's like that Liberty Mutual commercial with the kids at Christmas time, the guy gets upset about the bicycle because I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Never mind that one. But anyway, what I'm asking you to do with this question is look at it logically. Now, y'all can speak. Why would God even want to recall it? Bill. I hadn't thought that, but that's a good one. I think when it's bad language today, we called it an Indian giver back when I was a kid. So what, Native American giver? I don't know how you work that this way now. But anyway, and I can say that Daddy is part Native American. Go ahead, Dulcie. It's not one of the attributes of God. Yeah. Ari, did you have something on that you want to say? Okay. Oh, okay. So should I say as the teacher, please direct your comments to the front? David. Okay? Explain that a little bit. Okay. It's just too logical that he wouldn't. And again, I don't know if the people that are on the other side of the coin think logically at that point. Yeah.
Would you allow your son to die for everyone in the universe and then take that gift back?
That's the bottom line of what you're dealing with. That's the bottom line of it, basically, right there. Mm-hmm. that's a key word in this, unconditional love, because if you take the gift back, that's a conditional concept there. One more comment, and then I'm going to go to the next one. Now we go back to the earlier discussion that we have people that look like they're Christians but are not. The first church I was in had a deacon that lived next door to the church, and their family gave the land for the church. Something happened in the church, and he fumed and fussed, and he left the church, but he never went to another church. And he's just there. And I talked to him several times over the 3 years that I was there, and it was hard for anybody to conceive that this guy may not have been saved in the first place, because once he left the church, no fruit, no fellowship, no nothing at that point with it. Let me move on, sake of time, number 11. I think number 13 is an easy one, but number 11, on page 3 of the study guide, the author writes this: if works have nothing to do with our salvation in the first place, how can works, in this case sin, have anything to do with losing it? And how do you respond to this statement? True. It's true. Somebody back here had said something earlier about it, about the salvation and the works. I think it was Dan was talking about some of that sort of thing with it right there. That's a very logical statement right there. I get it. Now, I wanted you to work a little harder on number 12. And by the way, if you do not have a copy of the Baptist Faith and Message 2000, we can get you a copy of that. But that's a very good thing to have on hand. Yep. Well, that's why I put down for the internet, because it's very easy to find right there. It's not something that is a creed. We are confessional people. So here's what it says. We're talking about eternal salvation at that point. In this case, the term eternal security. So what is our stance as a Southern Baptist? Where do we stand on this issue? Okay.
The opening sentence says, election is the gracious purpose of God. And so, election equals salvation.
Mm-hmm. I just wanted y'all to look at it a little bit there, because some people have no clue what we Baptists believe as a whole. And most Baptists should know what they're doing, but most Baptists don't know what they believe. Yep, I agree. All right. If you haven't figured out yet, number 13 is the bonus question for the day. You get a pat on the back. That's about as much as I can give you. What is my stance on once saved, always saved?
You just said it.
I'm for it. I haven't eaten supper yet. I'm thinking about it right now. Listen, I used to be a master judge for the South Carolina Barbecue Association for 14 years, judging barbecue, and I taught other people how to eat and judge barbecue. You really don't know how to eat barbecue until I tell you. You may have been eating barbecue all your life. You don't know what you're doing until I tell you. Well, I don't get to eat as much as I used to. We'll have to have a throwdown. All right. I have the next one, which is interesting too, because the author of this series throws in a lot of these highfalutin words. Next time you're going to have to deal with exclusivism, inclusivism. You're going to have to deal with universalism, pluralism, and a bunch of isms. So just get used to it. It'll take me one of these because they have the question on the back page. The questions are on the last page. Okay. I'll leave them up here in the corner. I enjoy this. I enjoy going from the questions. Are the questions too heavy, really? Are you okay with them? Okay. Because, as I said before, I don't want you just to spit stuff back to me. I want you to really think about it and have to play with it in your mind. That's the way I want it. I want you to really understand it. And I'm almost tempted to not even look at it and walk up here, because I know I got to do the questions, so I have to read it. But to walk up here and take it from the top of my head and just run with it, I think I could do that, but I need to do the questions. And I just have fun with it. Now, let's see. There are 40 days in this study, so we've got 8 more. Okay.
So I know what your next question is. What's next?
Well, I'm going to pray about that, and we'll see where we go from that one. We'll talk about that. But we got a little time for that one. I came in on a hard one, and they're getting harder. Well, surely in the first ones, I haven't gone back to look at the first ones, but had to be easy stuff about who is Jesus, who is God. You know, had to be something, some of the Trinity or something like that with it. These are very controversial out in the Christian world. So, okay.
I think for some, at least for me, I knew that Calvinism existed, but Arianism, I did not.
Arminianism?
I didn't know that
Well, listen.
existed.
I will loan you the complete works of Jacob Arminius.
I was going to make, but I appreciate you bringing in facts. No, I don't want to read the 2 volumes.
3 volumes. There are 3 volumes on that one, man. Well, let me just tell you, once you finish it, you're wondering, what in the world did I read? Because not only is it a theology that I don't like, and most of it doesn't sound like it's theology you don't like. It's the people who followed him, as I said before, that make it more of a problem. But the other thing is, it's written in that language where they were very verbose. They just wrote and wrote and wrote. If you've ever read an unabridged Matthew Henry commentary, you know, if you're trying to read a one verse, about 5 pages later, you finally get to the next verse. It's just so wordy, and it's difficult to get through that.
John MacArthur has the same basic facts, but he took all the extra words out.
You got to take them out, I tell you. All right, let's pray.
Let's step on King. What did King have to say?
Think about it. Back in the day when they did not, you know, every paper cost a great deal, printing cost a great deal, and this man writes and writes and writes and writes. What in the world? By the way, I don't know if you're a fan of Spurgeon or not, but I saw in the Baptist Courier, somebody has found the lost sermons of Spurgeon, the early years, that he had planned to put into a book, and this guy was doing like a doctoral study on it, a Baptist guy, and I think it's either Anderson or Greenville, Baptist school up there, no, I'm sorry, Midwestern Baptist Seminary, I should know that, I went there, has a Spurgeon study, a section of the library this for that, and so they're going to be putting it out in the near future with it. Spurgeon was kind of wordy too, I'll tell you, he was wordy. All right, I'm going off on rabbits. I'm fixing to do something Ken doesn't like, so I better stop. Let's pray. Father, thank you tonight that we have this time to enjoy studying theology, enjoying studying about how you relate to us. And Lord, we are convinced that we have eternal salvation, that we have the assurance, the security, this idea of what saved always saved. We, Lord, are firmly held by you. And there's not a thing out yonder that can pull us away from you. What a bit of peace that is. What a wonderful, large bit of peace that is. So Lord, help us to walk out confidently into the world, that our faith cannot be shaken, and we stand firm on the rock. You, our Savior, Jesus Christ, in whose name we pray. Amen.